Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. How is everyone doing today? My name is Noelle, aka Makeup Esquire. I'm streaming here live on Instagram and on YouTube as I do every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And today it's very exciting because I just wanted to talk about some Sephora sale recommendations. If y'all didn't know, the Sephora sale is going on and you can get 20% off. It's only a one-time use. So let me know who has already used it, if you're planning on using it. But they usually run this sale after the VIB sale. And it's cool because everybody can get access to that 20% off, even if you are not the VIB highest tier. So just make sure that you include everything you want into your cart. And so I just kind of wanted to use some of the things today as I get ready with y'all that I've been enjoying lately, that I picked up from the most recent Sephora sale. Some hits or misses, some revisits of old products. I've kind of been shopping my stash. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Yes, I also have a link to the Sephora sale, so I really do appreciate it if you shop using my links. It really helps my channel out. I also really appreciate it if you give me a like and you subscribe to my channel here on YouTube if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video out to all your friends and foes. It really helps push my channel out. But yes, the link to the Sephora sale is in the description of this video. And yeah, thank you so much for shopping using my links. I'll also be posting it during the week in my stories. So let's get started, shall we? So I'm going to just be using, actually, so I was considering two foundations. The Clé de Peau foundation is really lovely. It's beautiful. It's very pricey, but it's not sold at Sephora. So I think I'm going to go in with the Lancome one again today. Because you can grab this one at Sephora. And I'm pretty limited right now in which foundations actually are my shade, because ever since, y'all know, I went to go see Dr. Emmer and got a bunch of skin treatments done. And I've been working on fighting my hyperpigmentation. And so in effect, I just feel like my skin has gotten a lot more pale. It's winter time as well. I haven't put on a self-tan in ages, so I am like truly at my palest. I've been really careful about sun exposure too, because my skin is sensitive due to all the treatments I've been doing. So I feel like I've gotten so much lighter, and therefore a lot of my foundations right now are way too dark for me. So this one is a fairly good shade match for me right now. This is a Lancome Tint Adult Ultra Wear. It has a sunscreen broad spectrum of 25, and this is in the shade 200N. So this used to be really light for me when I was tanner a few months ago, but like I said, I've lightened up quite a bit. So let's check who is here in the chat. Hey Kat, my moderator is here joining. Kat says she's using this Sephora sale to snatch some last minute holiday gifts and some hair products that have run out faster than she expected. Thank you so much for sending a makeup brush, son. Welcome. Good to see you here. Hello, Red Fox. Hello, Mira. Hey, Amber. Amber says she needs to grab some hair care too. Hey, Stacy. Okay, you're going to catch the replay, son. Thank you. Hey, Rocio, how are you? I am so happy to see all of your lovely faces here joining today. Hope everybody is having a good weekend so far. So if y'all are new to my channel here, I go live on Sundays at this hour. Every Sunday as I get ready to go to church. So that's what we're getting ready for today. Amber said she bought the Victoria Beckham foundation in her 25% off sale, but she hasn't gotten to use it yet. Okay, yeah, thank you for sharing, Amber. I was gonna ask about whether anybody shopped the Victoria Beckham beauty sale. That sale was a really good sale. So it's a good idea to take advantage of it, because Victoria Beckham doesn't go up any higher than that I've ever seen. Hey Sonia, how are you? Happy Sunday. Thank you for joining. Hey Johnny. Shout out to you from Chula Vista. You're hoping it works in your super dry and mature skin. You know, I've been hearing great things about that Victoria Beckham, the new foundation. In particular, excuse me, the makeup artist that I enjoy watching, Andrea Ali, raves about how much she likes it. So I have high hopes for you. But please let us know, report back, and let me know once you do try it out. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I'm curious myself, because y'all know that new BB foundation is pricey. Thank you so much for the compliment. Hey, Stephanie, how are you? Thank you, Kylie. Johnny says his birthday is Christmas Day. Who wants to be his present? Johnny is single and ready to mingle, y'all. For any of you single ladies. Hey, Kyle. Welcome. Okay, I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place concealer. I really do enjoy this concealer. It's really nice. And if I'm not using this concealer lately, I've been using the heck out of my Sarah Creal concealer. I picked up the shade 1.5 in the recent Sephora sale. I also have shades 3, 4, and 5. And like I said, because I've gotten lighter, I justified this purchase. Johnny can hook you up with birthday cakes if anybody's interested. Okay, I'm going in and applying a little bit of this Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter Amplifying Eye Primer. I kind of dug this out of my stash recently. And I kind of forgot that I had this until recently. So I do remember liking this. I don't know that I would repurchase it though. It's just an eye primer, you know. It's fine. It's clear. So if you like an eye primer that doesn't have any pigment to it, then I would recommend this one. I still think that probably a better eye primer is the NARS one. I do have that one as well. It's a similar formula. This one might be a little bit more affordable, but an eye primer is kind of an eye primer. Y'all know I've talked about how much I love the Chantecaille eye primer because it comes in a stick, so it's just really handy to travel with and everything. But yeah, so I'm using my Fude Bobo, and that was the Rare Beauty 101 brush. It's a really nice synthetic foundation brush. Now I'm going in and using a natural hair goat brush to blend out my concealer. This one is by Coyuto. And you can purchase this one on the Fude Bobo website that I also have linked. I like how large this brush is. Has 5 sides to it. So it really helps you get into the crevices when I'm in a rush doing my makeup, which is 99.9% of the time. I grabbed for this brush because you see how fast that blended everything out. It's like the perfect in-between size. It's larger than most standard concealer brushes, but smaller than your standard foundation brush. So it's perfect for getting into the areas that a larger foundation brush can't get into. But I also like me a larger foundation brush because this one by BK Beauty does a really quick job of just spreading and blending everything out. Hello, everybody new that's joining. Please go ahead and like the video. Let's make the likes match the viewers. And subscribe to my channel. Hola, soy nuevo. Hi, Ulysses. God bless you, sis. Thank you. God bless you too. Hey, James Garcia. Thanks, Kyle. Ooh, Amber. Both of the 5-sided brushes sold out during her sale. I hope y'all copped it. I hope y'all copped it. Amber's talking about this one. So Fude Bobo had this large foundation brush, or it's not really specifically for foundation. You can use it for foundation, and I often do. Or I really like it for bronzer as well. And then this is the mini version. And I was letting y'all know, okay, about these brushes and how they go in and out of stock. So I hope y'all copped them before they sold out. Okay, now I probably am not going to be featuring them, knowing that people can't get them anymore. So thank you for that, Amber. Live, laugh, loathe responded side door to your question. Just Jeff. Stephanie says, I love that pair. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Yes, please don't spam the chat. Everybody's welcome, and I don't want to mute anybody, but please be respectful. Thank you, Logan. I hope you stay. Give me a like and subscribe. Hey, Michelle. Okay, go off, John. Oh my gosh, right, Amber? I know. I always rave about how good Bobo is when it comes to customer service. She's amazing. That's another reason why I love supporting her. All right, this is a little bit of Ismea contour stick. Thank you for the hearts, y'all. I see you. Hey, Shannon. How are you, girlfriend? I enjoyed your live earlier. Sorry I wasn't so active in the comments. Your live always falls during the time that I work out. So my hands are always tied up, but I do listen. Who shopped the Fude Bobo sale? I want to know what y'all copped. Hello, Indigo Sunrise. Welcome. How are you? That was an Ismea contour stick, y'all, that I am using to give myself a little nose contour. Hey, Nails 469. This is available on Sephora. It's a nice contour stick. And I have two. I have one in the shade Oak and then Rosewood, which is a little bit cooler and a little bit deeper. But since right now I'm kind of on the lighter side, I'm using the shade Oak. Hey, Shibu Shack. Oh, thank you, Rocio, for the makeup brush. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Okay, Sonia says she got the new Eyeshadow Weasel brush. So did I. And the Bobo Bisciotto Saibi Coho brush. I got that too. And were y'all surprised that the Bobo Saibi Coho brush was 20% off? I was like, I don't know if that's a mistake or if it's an exception to, because we were all told that everything but Bisciotto, right, was going to be 20% off. And so I wasn't expecting that new Marshmallow Saibi Coho brush was going to be part of the 20% off sale. Yet it was. So that was a steal of a price for that Saibi Coho brush. I haven't gotten mine in the mail yet. I told Bobo to hold off on shipping it to me because she's been dropping some sneak peeks of some new brushes. And I was like, you know, if you're going to be dropping some new brushes, you might as well hold off on sending me my brushes that I just purchased so I don't have to keep paying for shipping and duties over and over again, y'all. Feel me? She is amazing, right, Stephanie? And I love how she's like, oh, I mean, Jules commented that. And she's like, yeah, no problem. I love that she like is able to keep track of that if you ask her to send your stuff in bulk. Yeah, Sonia, I assumed the same, that because it was a Bobo collab that Bisciotto made an exception. So I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't expect that until I had it in my cart. And then I realized that. Okay, y'all know not to like continue to beat a dead horse about my skin treatments, y'all. But if y'all have been following my skin journey on here, okay, I've been sharing how I've gotten some pretty gnarly laser treatments done on my skin. I'm working on getting my skin to where I want it to be. You know, I've had acne my whole life pretty much, so it's left me some acne scars that I've been wanting to treat, and then melasma because I was on birth control to treat the acne, and then the birth control left me with melasma. And the laser treatments have really helped both the acne scarring and the melasma. And so one of the things that I was not really into prior to my laser treatments were these kind of liquid contour and blush type of products. For example, these things here. Okay, I have one from Chantecaille, the Cheek Gelée, the Rare Beauty Blush. I have it in the shade Happy. I have all of the Charlotte Tilbury light ones. And I just never reached for them. Same with this Hourglass cream stick highlighter. But, you know, every time I would put on like a liquid product kind of like right around my eye area, and in particular it would happen with cream blushes, I would be fighting back against like the melasma that was right there in that area. And these lasers have really suppressed my melasma, so it has just kind of opened the door to kind of shopping my stash again and going back to rediscover, if you will, these more liquid products that I've been enjoying. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury contour stick. Y'all remember when these contour sticks were like all the rave because Madison Beer used them? And so like they were like constantly out of stock and everybody like wanted to get their hands on them. So I don't know. Yeah, I forgot how nicely these blend out. Hey, Carrie, how are you? And so I'm using the Refer brush. This is the number 38. This is the collaboration with Alex Anel, this brush right here. And y'all see how nicely that cream contour by Charlotte Tilbury blended out on my skin? Really nice, right? Yeah, you know, sometimes it looks like I do have dandruff, but I have a bunch of dry shampoo in my hair, and that gives the illusion of dandruff, but thank you for that. Hopefully that helped a little bit. It's because my hair is really dark, so you see like every little speck, and I just sprayed my hair with, it also has like hairspray in it and stuff because it's kind of dirty right now, so it is what it is. I'm from California. She looked fine as hell. Thank you, NTJV. I want you in all brushes. I want all the brushes in the world too. I'm waiting for her to drop some Year of the Horse brushes. I know she had the Red Fox, but that wasn't exactly what I was looking for. Ooh, Amber, I didn't know that we're expecting more Year of the Horse brushes, but I wouldn't be surprised because, yeah, we tend to see more brushes that drop with that theme, whatever the animal is for that specific year. So I look forward to seeing more of those as well. She's also supposedly going to relaunch those Canadian squirrel hair brushes. Did anyone grab those? I was on the fence and then I missed out. So I think now I have a little bit of FOMO about them. Hey, Gila. And so I told myself that I will cop them next launch because I do think that she's going to be launching them again, hopefully. You need the marshmallow brushes because you love marshmallows. I do too. Oh, Jules says she has the Rephr brushes, but she finds that they move the foundation or concealer that she has underneath. I'm assuming you're also talking about this Shoto 5. Thanks for the feedback on that. Okay, so let's keep it moving here. So why don't we use a Rare Beauty, shall we? So yeah, I've been enjoying these kind of like liquid blushes again. And it's just been forever that I have enjoyed these. So I don't know, I cannot say enough good things about Dr. Emmer and his services. And he does not ask me to shout him out, or I'm not paid or sponsored by him. I paid, you know, for the services with my own hard-earned money. But they have made a big difference in my skin, and even people that I know, like my mom mentioned it the other day, how good my skin was looking. So just, yeah, cannot recommend enough. You see how beautifully, like, I forgot what a liquid blush is capable of. I've never been able to like reap the benefits, because if I were to have done that before, I would have seen the melasma again reappear, kind of like what Jules is talking about, how sometimes like it can move around the coverage that you have underneath. And that would happen to me, and that's really difficult to combat. So anyway, yeah, beautiful, right? Oh, thank you. You like my nails? It's Mooncat, and the shade is called Bottled Rage. I don't have an affiliate link with Mooncat, but they're my favorite nail polish brand. 223CP3 says you forgot to blend a little. Where? Let a girl know. Why does everybody ask if I snore when I sleep? Anthony, I've talked about this before on my channel. I don't have tonsils, therefore, no, I do not. Oh, you're sending me a private jet to pick me up? All right, cool. Just say where and when and where we're going. Yes, thank you so much, Stacy. She says, I'm so happy for you. You can enjoy your other makeup. I know, right? Bottled Rage, fierce and feminine, says Erica. Eric, I'm sorry, Eric. Marcuson 3337. Okay, let's keep it moving. So let's talk about this Hourglass Cream Stick Highlighter, okay? Why doesn't anybody talk about it? It's actually really nice, y'all. I'm gonna apply it, showcasing it, applying it in 2 different ways. So typically I like to apply these kind of like creamy highlighter products with my fingers. I just find that like the warmth of your finger helps it melt into the skin. However, one particular brush that has been surprisingly handy with these types of products that I tried, and it worked really well with my, so the other cream highlighters that I've been using and enjoying are these, the Westman Atelier ones. They're so beautiful, okay? You can't go wrong with any of the shades, but Peau de Pêche is my personal favorite. I also have the pink one, Peau de Rosé. A Mexican-American Moody Monstrosity. Okay, so this one by Fude Bobo. Who copped this one? It's the Aged Weasel hair that recently was released. I think the collaboration was with, or the maker is Chikuhodo. Okay, so on my right side, I applied with my fingers. And this Weasel brush is actually like the perfect, or Kolinsky is the perfect brush size, length of bristles, density, everything. Look at that. It's kind of hard for me to find a brush to apply cream highlighters with that do it well, at least to my liking, because I'm picky. And okay, been loving that. So the left side is the application with the brush. Right side was the application with my fingers. And I'm kind of liking the brush application. It does kind of like a better job of blending it out seamlessly. So been loving that. Now that we have all of our cream products down, let's go ahead and go in with a loose setting powder. Have y'all heard that La Mer is discontinuing their makeup line? Who's sad about that? Or who doesn't care? I was tempted to use my La Mer foundation and powders that I have to just kind of give it one last hurrah. But I don't know, I kind of feel bad using them because like I looked up whether that foundation was still available, and it's only available like in a couple of the darkest shades. So if you do rock any of those darker foundation shades, I don't know if you might want to cop it. It is a beautiful foundation, so I'm kind of sad to see it go personally. I want to go check out the cosmetics company store to see if they have any left, because sometimes you can get lucky and find La Mer makeup there. That's, I think, where I got mine from. So if you have a local cosmetics company store outlet, check it out. You've never really used anything from La Mer, Amber? They don't have, I don't have much makeup from La Mer either. The only things I've tried were the foundation, the lip gloss, and the lip gloss is still actually on sale at Sephora. So if you're curious about that lip gloss, because they might snag it soon, you can, it looks like all the shades are in stock right now. So yeah, this is the La Mer lip gloss, and you can get it on sale at 20% off right now if you haven't used your one-time use Sephora purchase. Oh my gosh, Heavy on the Chai says it's her favorite foundation, the La Mer foundation. Girl, go check out to see if you can get any backups right now, because I did see a few retailers still selling some of those, like I said, deeper shades. I don't know what shade you're in and if there are any available in your particular shade, but I know, right? It's kind of sad. I don't know. I kind of always am sad to see a makeup line being discontinued. I will say that what I'm the most sad to see go is the pressed powder. The pressed powder was really beautiful, very finely milled. I mean, it was kind of like, it reminded me of the Chantecaille powder that I rave about. So a close second to it, and I'm not as sad because I have this one and I'm content with the Chantecaille Perfect Blur finishing powder, and it's pretty much equally as good, if not better. But I will say that I do think that La Mer pressed powder was really, really nice. So I have it here with me, but there's no point in me showcasing it when you can't get it anymore. Yeah, I weigh about 130, Oscar, since you're being nosy. Eric, thank you. You're attracted by my femininity. Love that. Mamacita says Moody Monstrosity. Yes, weasel hair. Sometimes I use weasel and Kolinsky interchangeably. Kolinsky is a type of weasel, but not all weasel is Kolinsky. Kolinsky tends to be higher quality. How can I serve you? You're a goddess. Thanks, Sharpshooter. You can go ahead and subscribe to my channel and give me a like. Love the makeup, says Christmas. Thank you. My tonsils got taken out in a tonsillectomy. Yes, Amber. I think I did hear that too, that Armani is reformulating the Luminous Silk. I hope it's for the better. I don't know how else they can like change it, because that is like a cult favorite foundation. I'm wondering if these companies are just like starting to have to compete with like cleaner formulas and have to just like reformulate their formulas for that reason. Oh, the color I just put on reminds you of Chanel icing. Shannon, yes, I can see how you would say that. Here's Chanel icing right next to it. Yeah, the La Mer lip gloss is kind of pretty translucent, but true, that's a good alternative for it, actually. I tend to like the Chanel lip gloss better, the formula at least. This one is more like, I view the La Mer lip gloss as more of a lip treatment than a lip gloss. It does like really moisturize my lips, and it has this like minty feel to it that I really enjoy. This La Mer lip gloss. This Chanel does not do that, but the Chanel lip gloss leaves my lips looking more plump. It just doesn't have that minty feel, and I just enjoy that minty feel. It doesn't tingle my lips. It just feels like you're chewing on minty gum, and so sometimes that mintiness kind of transfers onto your lips. Kat is sad about La Mer too. They have to reformulate to keep up with FDA regulations. They did a good job on the primer reformulation. Okay. My favorite mascara, Mimi Wunsch is asking. Well, I've been enjoying this Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions Mascara as a tubing mascara. I use Lashify eyelashes for my top lashes, so I don't use mascara on my top lashes, but I do enjoy this as a tubing mascara for my bottom lashes. It doesn't flake, it doesn't bleed, it doesn't transfer, it's solid, it doesn't give me raccoon eyes. A slightly more affordable, very comparable formula is the Thrive Cosmetics one as well. That one is really great. And as far as a waterproof mascara, so before I discovered Lashify, and you can get 20% off the entire Lashify website by using my link. I've done a lot of videos on how I apply these under eye clusters. I'm going on 3 weeks with these lashes right now. I desperately need to change them, but I just haven't had time. I haven't prioritized them. But that's what I love about Lashify, is that you can look good even, you know, I mean, they really stay put. So, before I got into Lashify, I personally liked using a waterproof mascara because that was the only mascara that was able to keep my lashes curled up. And so I would say that my favorite waterproof mascara formula is the YSL one. And they also have a non-waterproof version, but the YSL mascara leaves my lashes super thick. So I recommend that one. Oh, you love my cabinet. Thank you. It's IKEA. They might still keep the gloss because La Mer is only focusing on their skincare now. Yes, Stacy. So I was wondering about that because it seems like all of the shades and everything are in stock. So if they're considering this to be more of like a skincare type of lip product, like treatment product, hopefully it'll stick around. Hi, I look stunning. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's really nice. That gloss is nice. It's very expensive. Like, it's really expensive, but it's nice. The Thrive mascara is amazing, says Stacy. I have the black and brown. It is really good, right? And that's what I like about tubing mascaras, is they come off super easily just with warm water. I kind of look like Kylie Jenner. I love that. Thank you. I love her. I love rabbits 067. And so, okay, anyway, let's keep it going. I brought out my Hourglass bronzer to use today. This is a tried and true staple. You can get this one at the Sephora sale too. You should be able to. Diffused Bronze Light. So let's go ahead and apply this one. And I'm going to go ahead and use, let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and use my Becchio brush for this. This is the BF05. So Becchio did send me a BF05 as PR, but I already had this one. So I'm using the one that I already had in my collection. But let's go ahead and use this baby. This is a mix of goat and fox hair. You can pick this up at the Food A Bobo website. And if it's your first time shopping with Food A Bobo, you can get 15% off your whole purchase. She covers the cost of tariffs if your purchase is over $100 or duties. Are tariffs the same as duties? I don't know. But otherwise, the cost of duties has always only been under $20 for me. I've never had to pay more than that. And if you meet a certain threshold as well, I think she also covers the shipping. But I feel comfortable using this thicker bronzer brush over something more airy like these brushes, because this is, you know, it's Hourglass, it's ambient, it's a very lightweight powder. So that's kind of the difference. If I were to be using more of a pigmented bronzer, then I might go with something more airy and wispy, like these brushes, for instance. And Sonia G and Beautylish gifted me this. This is their arched powder brush, so thank you, Sonia G and Beautylish. And yeah, this one's another one I've really been enjoying that was gifted to me by Becioto. This is the BP03. Highly recommend this one. This one's another Goat and Fox mix. Very lovely. And then, of course, this one as well is really nice, which is their BC02. This one I prefer to use for blush. That's why you could see that has blush on it. Hey, Stephanie, how are you? Thanks for joining. My mom uses La Mer, says Jamie Gonzalez. So when I told her the foundation was being discontinued, she was worried the skincare was leaving too. No, supposedly the skincare is here to stay for good. Thank you for sharing that your mom uses La Mer. It's very bougie. But I've heard that people that have their like tried and true La Mer products like really do ride or die for them. Hey, Hanifa. Thanks for joining. How are you? I love Hourglass powders. They just kind of blur the skin. They make your skin look so ethereal. And you get the best value, like the most product and bang for your buck with these larger size pans. But I know it's really fun to shop like the face palette with the 6 different shades or colors in them too. But yeah, they were, the one that I wanted was sold out during the Sephora sales, the Swan one. So I'm tempted to get it, but I have so many Hourglass palettes that I know I don't need them, or I don't need another one. So the fact that it's sold out is probably just a sign that I just don't really need it right now. I personally only think La Mer is good for makeup skin prep, but she likes it because it works for her oily skin type. Interesting. Good to know. I have oily skin too. It's just hard for me to bite the bullet when it comes to La Mer skincare because it's so pricey. I'm going to put a little bit of this bronzer in my crease. I'm using the Hakuhodo J5522. It's just a very solid, fluffy brush, high quality Psycho. Well, I assume it's Psycho Goat. Hakuhodo doesn't tell us the grade of goat hair that they use, but one can assume. And we can also assume that Hakuhodo is behind Refer. And in my experience, the goat hairs that Hakuhodo uses for their own brushes is softer and higher quality than Refer brushes. So if Refer brushes aren't soft enough for you, then maybe try out Hakuhodo brushes and you might have a better experience. And this 5522 is one that Fude Bobo recently added to her website. She also added a couple of other ones that I really like as well, like this B142 and then the 5523 that I applied my eyeshadow primer with. So all of these are different enough to warrant having them. The 142, as you can see, it doesn't splay out as much, but it still has a round ferrule like the 5522, but it will apply a more concentrated application of eyeshadow because it's not as fluffy as a 5522. And then the 5523 is different than both of these other ones because it has a pinched ferrule. So if you're familiar with the MAC 217, this is your classic MAC 217 shape. And that's another clue that Hakuhodo was behind the MAC brushes as well, because they all have like similar shapes. Hey, Israel. All right, I'm gonna throw a little bit of this bronzer in on my lower lash line. Yay, the likes are almost matching the views. 42 likes and 43 people viewing here on YouTube. Please go ahead and give me a like and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, if you use a good brush cleaner after a few washes, Fude goat hair will be softer. Yeah, definitely. Between uses, I really recommend this daily brush cleaner by Sephora. It's really great. I spray it onto a towel and then I wipe my brushes on them and they're good as new. Here, let's demo, shall we? So I have this clean towel here. I have this one by Refer. She's dirty, as you can see, the Shoto 05. I'm gonna give this Shoto 05 brush head a little spray on each side. And then I'm gonna wipe it on this brush, on this towel. In circular motions. And see, that already looks way cleaner, right? So it's a little bit stained because the goat bristles are white. So I don't know if it would fully come out if I used like another spray in there. It probably would get even cleaner. But look at that. Pretty much as close as it can be to you just having washed it, right? And it doesn't leave it like greasy or anything. Like you don't feel like residue, which I enjoy. So highly recommend picking this one up during the Sephora sale too. And anything Sephora brand is 30% off. So I always have this here right in front of me. Hey, Heather, how are you? Oh, you feel like it's too oily. For more softer bristles like squirrel. So you use it for goat and synthetic only. Okay, Jamie, that could be true. Yes, good point. Yeah, you have to be a little bit more conscious with squirrel hair bristles. I could totally understand that. It being too oily for the squirrel hair bristles. Thank you, Eric. Okay, you know what we missed this year? Peter Thomas Roth's multi-eye patches. I used to always get them for the holidays and haven't seen any. You're right, Shannon. I didn't see those Peter Thomas Roth eye patches either. They usually do come out with holiday sets. Well, let's hope that they are still to come out. If I see that, I'll keep an eye out for them for you. And if I see them, I'll let you know. A blush that I've been revisiting while shopping my stash, two actually, other than the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wands and that cream blush in the shade Happy by Rare Beauty. And honestly, I could leave the blush just as it is. It's beautiful this way, and it really does last all day. As affordable as this Rare Beauty blush is, and the fact like how much the formula, the amount that comes in here will last you a whole lifetime. Like you saw that I put 2 tiny dots on my cheeks, and notoriously goes a long way. It's a really good, solid, reliable liquid blush formula. I've also been revisiting the Cheeky Posh by Victoria Beckham in the shade Playground for this time of year. This kind of reminds me of the Patrick Ta shade of blush. I have it right here. The Patrick Ta blush in the shade She's So LA. This is kind of similar to this Victoria Beckham, excuse me, Cheeky Posh blush in the shade Playground. So I've kind of been reaching for these tones in the fall and winter time. It's kind of like a bronzer, if you will, a mix between a blush and a bronzer. So these are really beautiful this time of year. And then another blush that I've been reaching for, and the Patrick Ta one is available on the Sephora sale, or during the Sephora sale. I've been reaching for this Charlotte Tilbury blush. These were all the rage when they first came out. I don't know if y'all remember. I wanted one in every single color, but I was able to stop myself and get just the shade Climax. This one's really beautiful. Love. It reminds me of a nipple. They were being referred to as the nipple blushes. But this time of year, I've been reaching for my, excuse me, my Hourglass shade in the blush in the shade At Night. So this one is really, really gorgeous, but very pigmented. So you have to be like really careful about how you apply it. I prefer to use something really airy, like goat hair. I mean, like squirrel hair, for instance. This is the Sonia G Detail 2 that sometimes I use for this blush. I put like one dab, and you see how it already picked up a good amount. And then I have to kind of like make sure that that it's tapped out on my hand first. And then I go in and I blend some on the skin. And it just applies gorgeously. You see that? So pretty. So hopefully you can kind of see the difference. It just kind of deepened up that blush a little bit. But yeah, I kind of forgot how pigmented this blush was. Maybe because, like I said, my skin is lighter right now than it used to be. But that At Night blush by Hourglass is a beautiful blush, especially this time around. It kind of gives you that like, I just walked in from the snow type of look, especially if you kind of like sweep it over your nose a little bit in like a W shape. Really gorgeous. Love. Yes, Shannon, thank you for bringing that up. I typically just don't even feel like the need to use a cleaner on these squirrel hair bristles because they're so delicate. Like if I'm just cleaning them between uses, I do find that they clean off pretty well with just a good, nice kind of like cushiony microfiber towel. And I think I tend to do the same, and they clean off fairly well. I don't really tend to need to use a brush cleaner on these. Y'all have good recommendations when it comes to how to clean your natural hair brushes, so thank you for that. Yes, 60 people watching. Everybody like the video and subscribe to my channel, please. Stephanie, you like Playground too, the blush by Victoria Beckham? Yes, that cleaner is the best. I just finished cleaning mine from my live earlier. Love that. You love it too. Added another jumbo to my cart, and I'm also going to try their brush shampoo. Let me know what you think of their brush shampoo. I feel like I've tried it before, but I can't remember how I feel about it. I'm sure it's good because it would be more likely to stick out in my mind if it were not good. Because the majority of brush cleaners that I've tried have been good, with the exception of one. I think I tried one by Bisciotto. Bisciotto has a few, and some are good, and I tried this one, and it was like super, it left like really oily residue on my brushes, and I was like, never again. It works on natural and synthetic brushes also. So true. Yes, that brush cleaner is great for natural and synthetic bristles. That's a good point. Thank you. I've been using Patrick Ta She's So LA the past few weeks as well. I love that one, says Heather. I love that. Twins. Great minds think alike, girl. I wouldn't give a damn because... Okay. Show me who you... I'm going to treat you like who you will treat you. Okay, I'm not really sure what you're saying, Ivan, but thanks for being here and watching. Hello, Tony. Sephora spray ingredients is oils. Yes, I remember Charlotte Tilbury used the palest shade of the blush on Kim and it went viral. Right, Jamie? These blushes, they were like the tea when they came out. Maybe that's why, because she used it on Kim. And all of the shades were like beautiful. I remember how hard of a time I had choosing which one I wanted, but I Was telling myself I only needed one. You love Hourglass, Kat. So do I. You can't go wrong with Hourglass. How have you been liking your Swan palette? I know you got your hands on that, Kat. Where'd you purchase it from, too? Because I know it's been sold out on Sephora. The beauty eraser towels are good. Yes, Jamie. So true. To clean off your squirrel hair brushes. You don't have that one by Patrick Ta. It would look gorgeous on you, Shannon. Just saying. Hello, loving that blush shade on you. What did you pick up during the Bobo sale? Sarah, I picked up the Bisotto and Bobo collaboration marshmallow brush, and then I picked up the new Eyeshadow Kolinsky brush. Thank you, Tony, for reminding everyone to like, share, and subscribe. Please do. I love the Hourglass blushes, bronzers, and powders. I agree with you, Rocio. Look at how good my skin looks right now, if I do say so myself. And partially, I think it could be attributed to how beautiful, excuse me, Hourglass powders lay on the skin, right? Stacy loves the brush shampoo from Sephora. She uses it all the time. I love the brush shampoo, but synthetic, because it's too foamy and natural. Okay, Jamie says she prefers the brush shampoo for synthetic brushes. I use the Sephora Daily Brush Cleaner on all my brushes in between deep cleans, but I always wonder if it's safe for my natural hair brushes. I think online it said yes, but any advice? Heather, you're good. Yeah, this Daily Brush Cleaner by Sephora is fine for natural hair brushes. Yeah, don't be afraid to use it. You know which one I also really enjoy? I don't know if I have it here in front of me, but they have an aerosol version, and that one's really good as well. So actually, who is it? Rocio that said that that this one might leave a little bit too oily residue on her squirrel hair brushes for her liking. Try the aerosol version. I'm curious if you've tried the aerosol version. You might have better luck with that one. If you try that one out, let me know, because that one's really good too. So because it's an aerosol, it might not be as liquidy, and maybe it doesn't have as high of oil content. Maybe it's more water-based, I'm assuming, guessing. I don't know. I'm not like a makeup chemist, but I know that I have the aerosol version too, and I really love it. It's great. I love the shade Ecstasy, but I use the shade At Night, the Hourglass blush. If anybody's asking. Oh, that sucks, Kat. The Swan palette is lovely. I'm reaching for Horsemore, but I love all the Hourglass palettes I have. That being said, I do think Dior was the one that could be skipped. Interesting. Okay. Thanks for the feedback on that. It has to be oil-based so that it's quick drying. The aerosol one is quick drying too. Yeah, the MAC one does have alcohol in it. Right. So I feel weird about using it daily too. Yeah, but I have that one too. So Indigo, thanks for asking. I haven't gotten my Bobo marshmallow brush in the mail yet. I told Bobo to hold off on shipping it to me because she's been teasing dropping some new brushes coming up. So I'd rather not spend, I'd rather not pay for shipping so many times, like back to back. So I was like, if you're going to be shopping, if you're going to be dropping some new brushes on us, just hold off on shipping it to me. So yeah, I don't have it yet, but I'm sure I'm going to love it. The Hourglass powders are really unmatched, says Heather. Always my last step in my makeup because nothing else leaves that finish, and they never look powdery. One of the few makeup products that stand above the rest. I completely agree, Heather. It's undupable. I always say that on my channel. nothing compares to Hourglass. So I will always rave about Hourglass, and I will always say that it's worth every penny. Rocio says, I need to get my hands on that damn horse one. Is it still sold out? If not, you can get it for 20% off during the sale if you haven't used your one-time purchase yet. There's one more horse restock on the 10th in-store only. Ooh, Cat expects it to be like the Hunger Games. Thanks for the tea, Cat. I don't know specifically what I'm waiting for, but I've just seen that she has been teasing some like newness coming up. So I don't know. I kind of want to see, like, that's why I told her, I said, if you're going to be dropping brushes, then hold off. And she's just like, okay, sounds good. So I don't know. Sometimes things get lost in translation, but I'm hoping that she's getting the hint. Like, if you're gatekeeping some like upcoming releases, just do your girl the solid. I think she's collaborating with Eyeshadow and Chikuhodo again. Yeah, I'm not surprised. She's always coming out with new stuff. Oh, it's not available right now, Rocio. Dang. Jamie agrees Hourglass is amazing. Heavy on the chai, Hourglass is amazing, but Guerlain finishing beads powder is excellent. I was gonna mention that. Thank you for mentioning that, Chai. Yes, I would say that Guerlain's finishing powder is very comparable in my opinion to Hourglass. Yes, Jesus loves you too, Ryan. Thank you, Ivan. I don't know who Valentina Gomez is. Horses filled with all the Sephora exclusive. Yes. That's why I was kind of tempted by that horse too, because it has those Sephora sale exclusives. Oof, you would almost consider buying it secondhand. It's that good. Wow. Okay. Yeah, the meteorites. Right, Stephanie. Oh my gosh, I have all the shades Indigo in the Valentino Eye to Cheek blushes. Those are my favorite blushes. Those are my top favorite blushes. I've mentioned that time and time again on my channel. I have them all. That's how like much I'm obsessed with them. Thank you for the compliments on my nails. Okay, let's keep it moving. So I don't really feel like doing much eyeshadow today. But if you are shopping this sale, I think I commonly forgot about eyeshadow palette that nobody talks about anymore. And I've mentioned it on my channel before, how I'm like, I don't like the fact that it has said limited edition on the description ever since it came out. And it's been out for years. Okay, I hate when companies do that. Like, don't say it's limited edition and then it's literally a permanent product. However, if it is limited edition, okay, and if you don't have this one is like a great little eyeshadow palette that like is such a reliable palette. It's great for travel because look at the size. I really love the shades. It has like 3 warmer leaning tones, 3 cooler leaning tones. It's just perfect. Like, who has this? And like, we tend to forget about it, but I feel like this eyeshadow palette was kind of like ahead of its time in the sense that the formulas are just beautiful. This brush that I just reached for is probably not like the best brush for this because you see how much impact I just got. This is a Bobo Chikuhodo collaboration brush. This is the S01, and I think it's made of pine, squirrel hair, and weasel, if I'm not mistaken. So it really does have like a lot of impact, but it's also great. Like, this is it's soft and not pokey, at least not on my skin, but look at like the blending power because of that mix. So if you have like creamier shadows, that are a little bit harder to pick up with regular, like if you're having a hard time picking up certain creamy shadows, like with these goat hairs. And I can think of, for instance, like Danessa Myricks Groundworks palette, how she has that like creamy formula. And sometimes if you're using too soft of bristles, it's not always a good thing. You know, that's where these bristle mixes come in handy. And so I really do love having kind of just like a variety of types of natural hair bristles in front of me, because depending on what I'm using, like this is another example, like if I'm reaching for these Merit Solo shadows, which I really do enjoy, I want something that has a good amount of pickup to it, because these types of bristles right here might have a little bit harder of a time because they're just really soft goat hair bristles. So that's just kind of my 2 cents. But you'll remember this palette here. I checked and it's still in stock on Sephora. So I don't know if y'all are doing traveling or anything like that over the holidays, but this one is like a solid, reliable one that I tend to forget about, but it's just so good. And because it says limited edition, I almost want to just like have one for backup just in case like it's snagged from one day to the next. Just recording on my iPad on Instagram and on my phone on YouTube. And the reason I started to record on my phone, I've mentioned this before, the reason I'm vertically on YouTube these days as opposed and stopped doing the whole horizontal filming with my vlog camera was because YouTube tends to push out these lives a lot more for some reason on vertical format. So I'm sorry for those that prefer the horizontal, but eventually I'm hoping to use YouTube's new feature that lets me stream horizontally and vertically. So please bear with me on that. Okay, Shannon is sticking to her guns and not getting a new Hourglass palette this year. Like the Danessa Myricks Lightwork 2, it probably will only be available in the store. I know, I was tempted, and I'm still tempted about that, the Danessa Myricks one, but I'm with you, Shannon. Like, I have so many Hourglass palettes from previous years that are nearly untouched, and I'm telling myself, like, I just don't need them. So I'm totally with you on that, girlfriend. So yeah, this is a throwback and just kind of like an example of just some ways that lately I've been trying to shop my stash and like revisit old tried and true products, you know? So I've also still been enjoying my Danessa Myricks. This one that I just picked up that's on sale during the Sephora sale. Highly recommend this one. She is beautiful. This is like the palette of my dreams. I love it. So it's really, really good. So I'm going in with like this cooler shade because there's like some more taupey colored stripes on my sweater. So that crease shade is a little bit warm for my liking. And I'm gonna try to just kind of like cool it down. But see, like those eyeshadows are just so easy to work with because of their creamy nature. They don't really have any fallout, especially if you're using some nice soft brushes. I've seen people say that, like, I think it was somebody that I was watching that said, that mentioned that this palette had a lot of fallout. And I was watching it and I was like, no, girl, like they were using like a synthetic brush and like, I think it was Nikki LaRose that was using like one of her own BK Beauty synthetic brushes, and she was like stabbing the brush into the eyeshadow. And I was like, okay, that's why you have fallout, like because you're using a synthetic brush and you're like stabbing the brush into the product. If you're using a brush like a natural hair Hakuhodo brush into these formulas, you're not gonna have fallout. So that was just like something that I wanted to like scream into the screen, but that's just something to keep in mind. Cooling it down worked perfectly. Thank you, Chai. I like using this palette, and I could also go in and use this Charlotte Tilbury like the deeper black one for the same purpose, but just to kind of switch it up and use this Natasha Denona one, N3 right here, this deeper one. And I love using like a small little angled brush like this Hakuhodo horse brush, or another brush that is a really great brush for, brush for this step actually that I've been using a lot is this one by Refer, the Shoto 06. It's a little detail brush. You can't beat these prices that Refer offers us. And just to kind of flick this out, look at how easy that wing is. So easy. I don't think anybody needs to struggle with their eyeliner if they just have the right products and brushes. See how easy that was? So I can't be bothered with like liquid liner when I'm in a rush, but this is how I would do my eyeliner. And it tends to stay all day. Like I don't get any smudging or anything like that either when I do my eyeliner this way. So this is usually like a very everyday eyeshadow look that I do for work. Y'all know I'm a lawyer, so I don't tend to do like crazy eyeshadow looks. This is like a very standard look I do. You know, not a lot of crazy glitter or anything like that. My eyelashes like already help me to feel put together. So even when I don't have time for eyeshadow at all, I still feel pretty put together with my lashes. Highly recommend y'all check out Lashify. Like I cannot speak highly enough of Lashify. Like I feel like everybody and their mom should be wearing Lashify eyelashes. They have absolutely changed my life. Like who doesn't want to wake up and have these lashes on? Like they work for you if you have sensitive eyes. They work for you if you're 100 years old. They work for you if you're 16 years old. They have all different styles, all different colors, all different like everything. The glue that they manufacture is like the best in the game. There's a little bit of a learning curve in sticking them on, but once you get it down, I don't have to wear mascara or worry about removing my mascara at night. And so, you know, I don't have to go into a salon. I never get that awkward, like in between salon visit look that where my lashes are like shedding. No. So I'm just such a ride or die for Lashify for that same reason. And like I said, look, I'm going on 3 weeks with these eyelashes on. I don't even feel them. So I truly don't know why we are approaching 2026 and there isn't more people on here that have tried Lashify. So if you're wondering what to ask for Christmas, Lashify. And you can get 20% off the entire website using my link. They take me like 10 minutes to apply. I kid you not. And you can reuse them over and over by wiping them with alcohol if you want. Or you can get on a subscription and get them like 50% off. And pick whichever ones you want to be delivered to you monthly. So I just can't rave about it enough. All right. An eyeliner that I've really been enjoying is this one by Sarah Creal. Shout out to Sarah Creal for sending me this eyeliner. I had already purchased actually this exact eyeliner during the Sephora sale, and then she ended up sending it to me. So I was really pleasantly surprised. This is such a beautiful taupey shade. This is in the shade Twilight Smoke. It's a really gorgeous taupe shade with some sparkles in it. Yes, Chai, you need Lashify. Like, it will change your life. It really will. Like, I feel put together with no makeup on thanks to Lashify. Like, I mean, the confidence booster that it's given me is unmatched. To wake up and have and feel glamorous because you have your lashes done already is like indescribable. And you save money because it's not as expensive as going in and getting lash extensions. It's easy on your eyelashes. When I take these off, my eyelashes are full. Okay, I do not have shedding on my eyelashes. They are long, they are thick, they are healthy. So these lashes are not damaging to your real lashes. I've been using Lashify since 2021. So for 5 years, and I have them on my lashes 24/7. 24/7. So I will never go back to traditional mascara. I will wear Lashify for the rest of my life. I ride or die Lashify. And I feel so passionately about it because I genuinely think like everybody needs to be on Lashify. It's made me more passionate about makeup because my eyeshadow looks better, because my eyelashes look so good. Before, eyeshadow wasn't as fun. And now since I found Lashify, I've gotten into eyeshadow. I usually would not even care to buy eyeshadow palettes. And then I went crazy with eyeshadow it just became way more fun to do. But like I said, I don't even feel the need to wear eyeshadow, or just these simple eyeshadow looks like I did today look way more glam than they actually are. And when you're in a rush every morning because you got to get to your 9 to 5, like me, I got to get to court early in the morning. Sometimes this is all I have time for. Slapping some bronzer in my crease and I still feel glam. Oh my gosh, Heather, you enjoyed that short that I filmed about the bailiff lying to me? I'm still pissed about that every time I think about it. Thank you for that. Right, like professional to professional who we deal with daily. Exactly. Like, and my role as, you know, a defense attorney and like him helping me handle clients and everything like that, like we can make each other's lives easier or we can make each other's lives more difficult. Let's just be professionals, you know? Like there's just no reason to lie. I feel like he was a newer cop, so he doesn't really like, I feel like when you have more experience working as a bailiff, like maybe you start to get that more, but regardless, like it's not an excuse. And that's why we, like the public defenders, like we tend to have a pretty good not only reputation, but a pretty good relationship with the bailiffs in court in general, because like you start to understand that, like you start to understand that we're all just trying to get through our days. And, you know, we understand that we all play our own roles and they're different roles, and we're grown, like we are adults. We understand where your limitations are, you know, but like when you start to become shady like that, you just lose credibility. So anyway, if y'all haven't checked out that story, I put up a reel about it on YouTube and on Instagram. And I just like, I'm not used to being lied to like that straight up. Like I have a good relationship with the bailiffs in the courtrooms that I frequent every day. So I was just like stunned. I was totally taken aback by that. Like, anyway, thank you for the compliment on my hair, Ivan. Let me catch up on the comments, y'all. Yeah, Jamie. Ooh, I need to check out Miss Robinson. I don't watch her channel, but is she good? I'm gonna have to check her out. Matt. Oh, you purchased the Danessa Myricks for 30% off. I love that for you, Chai. Hourglass does need a better shade range. So true. It's harder to buy in Australia. Okay, the only place is Nordstrom. Oh, Valentina Gomez is a politician in Texas. Interesting. Okay, I'm not familiar. I do have a degree in political science, but I'm not like up to date with, you know, everything recent in politics. Let me see if I'm caught up on the comments. Yeah, you're not going to lose lashes by wearing Lashify. If anything, it helps save your lashes. Because when I was using mascara, I noticed a lot of shedding by me having to like rub my eyelashes off with mascara. Same with strip lashes. Before finding Lashify, I went through a phase where I would literally be rocking my strip lashes every day. And then what I realized is every time you pull that strip off, like if you're applying them properly, you're applying them really close to your natural lashes. And inevitably that glue is going to rip off your lashes every time. Lashify's glue is semi-permanent. So if I were to like take one of these chunks off, you can tell that it's kind of stretchy, which is how it's not damaging. And that the glue that they put on when you get your lashes done professionally, like when you go in store, I mean into the salon to get them like glued on, that glue is a lot more damaging. And that's why a lot of girls, like after they get their lashes done, they have like red eyes because it's irritating. But yeah, no, Lashify glue is really gentle, not only on your eyes, but on your eyelashes too. I actually don't know my ring sizes. I haven't measured my fingers. Oh, you find it interesting to see me talk more about my day-to-day at my job? Thank you, Heather, for that feedback. Yes, Ride or Die Lashify. Thanks, Heather, for that feedback. I've gotten that feedback since I posted those couple videos that I've posted lately, so maybe I'll talk about it more, knowing that they're being well received. So thank you. It's always good to know how y'all are enjoying my content. Eric, I don't really enjoy being a lawyer. No, it's not really like an enjoyable profession. This is a Sephora eyebrow glue. This is a Sephora Shape and Set Clear Brow Gel. Eyebrow glue, clear brow gel. It's pretty good. Like, it's not going to be like my Ride or Die brow gel. I think I do enjoy the Rare Beauty one better. But I like the brush on it, and it's a good price, and you can grab it 30% off. It's clear. So it's reliable, it's solid. And I've been enjoying clear brow gels lately over fiber ones for some reason. Yeah. Okay, yeah, the doll eye look. And that's the thing, Rocio, too, with Lashify. They come in all different sizes. So you can pick whatever style you want to. You can do a doll eye style. You can do a fox eye style. Like, you can just do one length all the way across. You can do short to long. You can stagger them so that they're more like star, like spiky looking. And that's the whole fun of it. You can do like fluffier ones. You can do like some spikier ones. It's so fun. They have chocolate, they have truffle, they have black, they have colorful ones. They have ones that just have like a slight tint of color on the tips. Like, join the Lashify Life Facebook group, and it has so much information and testimonies, and they come out with like so many tutorials, and just sit there and like you can practice. And I think they recently even came out with some like more affordable kits for you to use as like practice kits too. So check that out. And they look so good when I make them look like wings. Thank you, Shannon. I know I need to redo mine. I'm going to do that probably next time. And I have a ton of videos on Lashify and how I apply these lashes on my YouTube channel. So you can just search if you want to see any of my past videos. I have to do another updated one because it's been a while. Yeah, Indigo. Yeah, I have a ton. I have a ton of Lashify videos. Just search my YouTube channel. I've done one like in my studio, and I've done a bunch of lives. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that links aren't clickable in the vertical form. That's really annoying. Well, I always link to my Lashify and Sephora if you're shopping and everything, and to Fude Bobo and the brushes and everything I'm using in the description. So right after I'm done with this video, which I'm going to wrap up soon, you'll be able to have access to that if you're watching vertically and can't access the links. Yeah. Shout out to you if you're watching the replay. Holla. Let me know by leaving me like an emoji or something to let me know that you've been watching the replay. I'm going to go in with one of the only shimmer shades in this palette, which I'm not mad at. I enjoy the fact that there isn't so many shimmer shades, because this is the type of palette that's more up my alley than, for instance, that new Danessa Myricks Lightworks palette, just because on a daily basis, like I said, I'm in the legal field. I'm not using crazy colors like that. And as beautiful and tempting as that Lightworks palette is, I just know I'm not going to use it enough to make the purchase worthwhile. If I were to be able to receive it in PR or something, I would be like ecstatic about it. But yeah, I just can't justify it. But I love this shade in this Natasha Denona palette, the C1 shade. It's like the perfect like brow bone highlight, inner corner highlight. It just gives me exactly what I need. Well, and if I don't have this on hand, I just typically go in and use whatever like powder highlighter I'm using to give me that effect. So I just put on the Dior lip liner in the shade Nude Style, but I've also really been enjoying this Lip Cheat Contour Duo by Charlotte Tilbury that I picked up during the Sephora sale as well. I purchased it in the shade Medium, and I really like it, y'all. Like, I think it's genius that she finally came out with a lip liner that has 2 shades, because personally, I always tend to reach for 2 shades of lip liner when I do my lips, because I do like one more that is closer to my actual lip tone. And then I like going in with like a slightly deeper, cooler tone to just overline my Cupid's bow slightly. Like that, to just give me a little bit more height to my lips, and then slightly below underneath my bottom lip, just like that. And so this lip liner is perfect for that. I just love it so much. And it like goes with everything. So why don't we use this Dior? This one I purchased during the recent Sephora sale, and I've been loving it. The Rouge Dior in the shade 185. It's a beautiful kind of like nudie pink shade. Gorgeous. Love it. I know, Kat's been trying to get me to use the Cleonda since forever. I am very serious about like the no shimmer rule. I just feel weird wearing like a lot of shimmer to work. It's just a very serious environment. And as it is, I'm the one that wears the most makeup. Like even the judge commented on my makeup the other day. And I'm going to do a short about it because it's actually a really funny story. But I can't wait to tell y'all the conversation that I had with the judge who mentioned makeup. So clearly people notice that I wear makeup. Anyway, I did not get the dramatic palette. I was tempted. I wanted to, but that's where I practice self-control. And I said, let me hold off. I do not need both. They're kind of pricey. So I ended up just getting the soft colorway. But that dramatic one is beautiful. It really is. But I just figured these are the type of shades that are like more everyday for my specific skin tone. But girl, I was tempted. Trust me, I was tempted. But isn't that Dior lipstick beautiful? It has like this shine to it, but it's really long wearing. So it comes in beautiful shades. I love how slim it is. I love the shape of the bullet. It makes it really easy to get into like the Cupid's bow area and into like the sides and be more precise with it. I think it goes really well with like the blush that we have on. So Beautiful, right? You love the lipstick, Delphine? Thank you. David, thank you for the compliment. I love your makeup choices. I bought the same lipstick. What lip liner did you pair it with? Thank you for asking. I first went in with this Dior lip liner in the shade 300 Nude Style. But then I kind of went over it with the Charlotte Tilbury one because I remembered that I had both in front of me, but they're kind of similar vibes. And honestly, if I were to recommend one over the other, I would recommend the Charlotte Tilbury, not only because you have two. So that's the Dior 300 Nude Style, which is available on Sephora, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury in the shade medium, and they have a few different shade ranges in the Charlotte Tilbury. So if this is not your like preference, or if you need like a deeper shade range than this, they have like deeper ones, which is nice, and they have lighter ones too. So I picked up the shade medium, but these shades are right up my alley, and I really enjoy how Charlotte Tilbury provides us with two of them. And I prefer this particular formula. So Charlotte Tilbury had already had lip liners, right, in her line. And, you know, I was a fan. I have a few of them. This one I enjoy in the shade Foxy Brown. I have actually a lot of them. I don't even want to say I have a few of them. I have a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. Like, pretty much like all of these like nudie shades. So I've purchased like my fair share of the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. But those are those like, they're more of that like creamy, long-lasting formula. I was really happy that she came out with this formula because it's like your classic sharpenable wooden formula. This formula tends to not dry out as fast. Not that the Charlotte Tilbury ones have had an issue with drying out, but they're more precise. You get like a cleaner, like more pointy, you know, sharpen when you go in and you sharpen it, or point when you go in and you sharpen it. I like how these are easier to kind of like blend out. They are more matte when they go on the lips. So I just feel like it's easier to like fake the illusion of overlining. But like I said, I do recommend these by Dior too. I really like the Makeup by Mario ones as well, particularly because they have a brush on the other side, which I forgot to mention. I'm really enjoying about these new Sarah Creal eyeliners. I really love that she provides us with a brush on the other side. Y'all know how much I love Victoria Beckham eyeliners. The Sarah Creal is giving these Satin Kajal liners a run for their money, let me tell you. But I'm almost leaning more towards the Sarah Creal ones because of the brush applicator on the other side. So Victoria Beckham has these like spongy applicators, and I've seen people use them. Let me know if you like those. If you use the sponge applicator on the Satin Kajal. I know a lot of my followers love the Victoria Beckham liners too. I just never use them. I don't see myself, anytime I've used them, it just feels like I'm removing the product. Like it just goes into the sponge and it's almost like an eraser. I love the Sarah Creal brush applicator. It allows you to, for instance, do this wing that I just did. If you were to go in and do this, this wing liner with this eyeliner, you can get a wing by just using this little brush applicator. So it's really great. I love it. And it stays put really nicely. I love the shades that she's come out with. I'm hoping that she'll further extend her shade range in those. But yeah, so those are like the eyeliners and the lip liners I've been enjoying lately. But that's gonna be pretty much the look, y'all. You're gonna have to pay me to show the twins, Jake. I don't do that for free. Thank you so much, Stacy. The formula of these palettes are even more different and improved. Yes, Coco, I'm really impressed by these palettes. If you're talking about the Natasha Denona ones, this is a very impressive formula. It's like I said, it's kind of comparable to that Charlotte Tilbury little like eyeshadow palette that I was using earlier. It reminds me of this formula. So if y'all remember, this is now kind of like a throwback, but it's still available on the Sephora website. This is kind of like reminding me of this formula. It's creamy yet matte. The difference is you get more shades in the Natasha Denona one, of course, and I would say the Charlotte Tilbury ones have like a slight sheen to them, but it's undetectable once they are applied to your eyes. So I would say they definitely are more matte leaning. I wouldn't call these like shimmers or anything. They go on more as like satins, but they have this similar like creamy matte formula, which I really love because, like I said, especially if you use the right brushes, you're not getting fallout and they're really easy to apply. Look at how seamlessly they went on my eyes, especially if you're using the right brushes. They're effortless to apply. They're quick to apply. And if you're like me and you're slapping something on and running out the door because you're a busy woman, if you're a busy working woman, if you're a busy mom or both, I don't be having time every day to be doing some cut crease, some intricate halo eye every day. I want to pick 1 or 2 eyeshadows, a quick wing maybe like this, and I'm running out the door. So this gives me depth and dimension, and their formulas are a joy to use. So highly recommend those 2 formulas. All right, y'all. Well, we're getting some crazies up in here. So Heather says she never uses a sponge on the other side. I hate it. I've been really wanting Sarah Creal Everyday Taupe. That's a beautiful shade, but it's been sold out basically since it came out. Yes, it's beautiful. You sold me on the Charlotte Tilbury palette. Been eyeing it for ages. It really does look like a perfect everyday palette. Good to know the formula is good because that's always my holdup. Yes, Heather. I don't know why more people don't talk about this. It's like the perfect little palette to reach for. Natasha Denona has like a very everyday like palette formula too. So if you like that one, you'll definitely like this one. But I would say the formula on this one really does stand out. And like I said, I like the option when it comes to the shades. They're great. It's like everything you need for your like classic smoky eye. And especially to like put in your travel makeup bag, like it doesn't get better than this. It's sleek. And yeah, I mean, I've had this one for a while. The shades work beautifully still. They haven't dried out on me. Like I said, it pisses me off that it's listed as limited edition when it's been on the Sephora website for years. But at the same time, it kind of scares me because I just feel like it's gonna one day disappear from the Sephora website. So if you're shopping the sale and you're looking for a good little travel palette that you just really can't go wrong with, formula-wise and shade-wise, highly recommend this one. The Super Nudes Easy Eye Palette by Charlotte Tilbury. It's slept on because it's been around for a while and people have just forgotten about it, but it's a staple. And like I said, I've been trying to put effort into shopping my stash and using the things that I have and own and that I tend to forget about because we go to like the new shiny things and we forget about what has always worked. So anyway, thank you everybody for joining me today. I had so much fun. Magali, my lip combo is the Dior Rouge Dior On Stage 185 lipstick, available at Sephora, and you can get 20% off if you have an account with Sephora right now, just for a few more days. Think till the 14th. One-time purchase. And then I paired it with the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. I have a little bit of this Dior nude style lip liner in the shade 300, also available on Sephora's website. I swatched them here. This is the Dior nude style. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in the shade medium. Both of these. It comes with 2 shades. Not this far one over here. That's Foxy Brown by Charlotte Tilbury. I didn't use that one today. I was just showcasing it. So it's mostly the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner and the Dior as my lip combo. Thank you for asking. Sephora does not sponsor me, so all of this content is unbiased because I'm not sponsored by Sephora. I'm putting it out there that one day I can be sponsored by Sephora. That would be an absolute dream come true. And by liking the video and subscribing to my channel and sharing my content. I would really appreciate it because it helps a small channel like me get out. I'm trying to grow. And I would love for that to happen one day. Interesting, Kat. Okay, thank you for that information. I'm annoyed. I think that if it's not limited edition, then it shouldn't say it because it's kind of like scaring me. I'm so tempted to get a backup of this. Like, that's how much I love it because I don't want to be without it. It's like so good. I'd be really sad if they just get rid of it one day. It's a really great gift too. Like, this is something that I think every woman would love. It's like simple. You can take a shimmer shadow and just put it all over your eyelid and then have this on the side, you know, and it'll go with every look. Like I said, it's a mix of cool tones and warm tones. So the blush I'm wearing, thank you for asking. So the blush is a combination of the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Happy. And then I topped it off with a little bit of the Hourglass blush in the shade At Night to kind of deepen it up a little bit. So that is the blush combo that I have on today. Thank you for asking. Oh, always grateful 786 says, I really like the VB eyeliner, but I just wish it didn't smudge, especially since it makes my dark circles look a bit more noticeable. Interesting. So maybe check out the Sarah Creal eyeliners. I find that they have similar formulas, and this one has really great lasting power, and it hasn't I haven't had a problem with it smudging on me. So I recommend this one. But like for an eyeliner that I do very often, like I did today, if you're still having issues with smudging, I recommend going in with a formula like this Natasha Denona powder. I use the shade N3 in this palette, the Eye Sculpt Texture and Tone palette, or like this little Charlotte Tilbury one that I'm mentioning. I could have gone in with the black one and done the same thing and go in with just like a little detail brush and kind of flick out the wing a little bit. Or use an eyeliner and then kind of smudge some shadow over it. That's another way to kind of like help lock in your eyeshadow to help it not smudge. Also try putting on an eyeshadow primer underneath in the area where you're going to be putting on eyeliner. And then maybe even like set it with some setting spray, like the One Size by Patrick, by the One Size setting spray to kind of further help lock it in. But yeah, setting an eyeliner with powder could help avoid smudging as well. All right, y'all, we're running a little bit later than usual because I've been chatty. Rocio is gorgeous, right, Johnny? I'm pretty sure that will happen soon, Noelle. Sephora, pay attention. Thank you. I always wanted that palette, says Melissa. Okay, Heather, you're not alone. So it seems like other people have been eyeing this palette, and maybe this was the review y'all needed. So I'm here to tell you. Please let me know if any of y'all pick this up. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And if y'all can get it 20% off right now at Sephora, do it. Or if y'all have been racking up your points and if you can get $10 off, and welcome, Melissa. It's all good. I really hope that maybe you might find the time to watch the replay if you want. But either way, it's good to see you, Melissa, even for a little bit. Oh, Amelia says that's my favorite palette. It looks like we have another fan of this one. Okay, hey Ruben. All right, y'all. I could talk to you forever, but Jesus was waiting. So I need to go visit my Lord and Savior. I will pray for you all in church. Per usual, you guys have, you all have made my day. You made my week. Thank you so much. I shouldn't be a makeup artist. Thank you. I'm a lawyer, so it's kind of hard to be both, but I appreciate the compliment. I will pray for all of you. Have such a great day. Thank you. Not me keeping Jesus waiting, period. All right, y'all. I will have a great time at church. Thank you. So I love this time of year at church because it's like Christmas time. I'm loving all of the Christmas music. I don't sing, but I sing to Jesus. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Please go ahead and catch me live every single Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Follow me on Instagram and on YouTube at MakeupEsquire, same handle. Thank you so much if you're watching the replay. I appreciate you so much. Please go ahead and like the video on your way out. Subscribe to my channel. And I love you all. Bye.